Good morning, Pod Squad. Today is Sunday, October 3rd, 2020. I pray that you all are ready to have an amazing day, a prosperous day, a fruitful day, a day of peace, a day of laughter, a day of joy, a day of gratitude, and just an amazing day knowing that God has spared your life. God is not done with you yet. God is still on the throne. God has more plans for you, and his plans will prosper and unfold. Today, I wanted to talk to you about don't give up now. Keep going. His promises are yes and amen. Y'all, it has been a journey. It has been one dark journey, a journey of growing, a journey of learning, a journey of enduring, a journey of not understanding, a journey of trust. It has just been a journey. Um, all I can say is God's promises are yes and amen. And when he says he's going to deliver, y'all, you got to be okay with the times when he tells you no, the times when he tells you to wait, the times he doesn't answer, the times he seems silent, the times it doesn't make sense, the times it hurts, the times that you want to quit and just throw in a towel, the times that you just want to give up. You just have to trust God and lean on God. And when he says it'll happen suddenly, believe him. I can't even really put this in words. I just woke up with a sense of peace, a sense of joy that I have not had in, if I could be honest, probably almost 2 years. Don't get me wrong, every day hasn't been a horrible day, but it was just a settling day today. A day of, when God says something is going to happen suddenly and you just can't put your finger on it and it just happens so quick, it was only God. It's almost like everything, like I just woke up at rest today. I woke up in his rest. I woke up just with a sense of peace that I can't explain. And it's now all starting to make sense. God told me this was my repayment season. Oh, these trials, these storms, everything that I have gone through, if y'all only knew, and I'm pretty sure many of you listening probably can relate because you've been called, maybe you've been through the process, maybe you're going through the process, maybe you need some encouragement, whatever it is, God is faithful to his promises. There were times it didn't make sense. I had to keep having a pep talk with myself, keep going. If y'all knew how many times I wanted to quit, I wanted to give up, it was almost like, God, I'm doing everything you're telling me to do, and I see no results. I'm not feeling the way you told me I would feel. I don't see in the natural the things that you promised and the things that you spoke over my life. And if that is you, I just want to encourage you to keep going. I don't know how long your season is going to be. I don't know how long your journey is going to be, but I'm here to tell you that too will come to an end. Troubles don't last always. You won't always be in a season of lack. You won't always be in a season of pain. You won't always be in a season of discomfort and trials and triumphs. Nothing is wasted with God. Nothing. Every experience that I have gone through has made me stronger. Even when I didn't feel like I, had the strength, it's just increased my level of understanding. I'm not saying I know it all or I've arrived, because I'm still evolving. And I've shared this before, change is a process. Change does not happen overnight. Lord knows it doesn't. But you're supposed to evolve over time. And even once you've turned into or began to walk out and manifest the man or woman that God has created and called you to be, you're still evolving, you're still learning, you're still growing. But I say all of that to say your suffering won't last always. It may feel like it's going to feel like it can't get any worse, that your life is over. But I'm here to tell you that you won't break. And just waking up today, actually, it wasn't even today. If I could be honest, it's like I felt it yesterday. And today was just another day. Yesterday I felt it, but because of what I've been through, I didn't want to get my hopes up. It's been so many times I've gotten my hopes up and I just felt like my hopes were just still crushed, before that day was over. And, not trying to be a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy, but there were times I'm like, I don't want to get my hopes up, but Lord, I'm going to take today for what it is. I'm going to, be appreciative for today. I'm going to have a heart of gratitude for today. And I'm going to trust that whatever tomorrow holds, you've already taken care of that. And today is just day 2. And it's just been a sense of peace and rest that I haven't had in a very, very long time. Today, it just wasn't one of those days where I had to get up and pep talk myself like, okay, You're going to get through this. You're going to make it. God is in control. It's going to be a positive day. Not saying I didn't speak those things, but so much has come my way. It's been so many times it felt like all odds were against me, like the walls were closing in on me. And it was just days, day after day. I just woke up with a heavy heart. I woke up burdened. I just woke up like, okay, what battles am I going to have to fight today? And yesterday and today, it was peace. It was rest. It was like, wow, God, you said it was going to come when I least expected. You said it was going to happen suddenly. You said, everything would just suddenly change. And I'm not saying everything that he promised me has already happened, but the things that he promised as far as repayment and restoration and coming back to give you everything that the enemy thought he stole from me, I'm walking in that now. So I can't wait to see the rest of everything that God spoke unfold. Because just this peace, alone, and this rest alone, I'm like, God, if you do no more, you've done more than enough. But the God that we serve, he's not going to allow you to go through a suffering season, especially on his behalf, and not come back and deliver. When God restores, he's not going to we don't serve a mediocre God. We don't serve an average God. So even when he restores, he's not going to just come back and make things the way they used to be, like as if nothing ever happened. Because what will be the point of us being Christians and followers of Christ and suffering on his behalf if he wasn't going to reward you, for the things that you endured because of him? The wounds that were inflicted, the persecution, the affliction, all of that. So when you suffer with Christ, you're going to reign with Christ also. And yes, you will have those, treasures stored up in heaven, but God also wants you to live an abundant life while you're here on earth, walking out his promises, being a good steward, being a servant, of his kingdom, being a kingdom builder. So just to know there will be a season where miracles are just unfolding right before your eyes, that it's just blessing after blessing after blessing. Like you're like, Lord, what are you doing? I couldn't have opened these doors or made this happen on my own, even if I tried, even if I had the best blueprint there was to have. I know this is you and only you. God is going to come back, and he's not just going to restore. He's not just going to resurrect. He's going to multiply. He's going to increase. He's going to give you double for your trouble. Think about the story of Job. Job lost everything, and he was a good man. He was a rich man. He was a servant of God. He was a righteous man, and he lost everything. And because of what he had gone through, I encourage you to read the story of Job, because he did get to a point where he felt like he had some entitlement, going on, and kind of got bitter a little toward the end of the chapter. And God came back and checked him and was like, if you think you're entitled to all of this and you're glorious and you created the heavens and the earth and the boundaries, then let me know, because I will praise you. But I say all of that to say, despite everything that Job had endured, not only did God restore all, he gave him double for his trouble. He didn't just let him go through all of that and only give him back the things that he lost. He increased it. He multiplied it. He gave him back everything he lost and then some. So I just want to encourage you, whatever it is that you feel like you've had to walk away from or lose or go without or sacrifice, or however long your story has been or your story currently is, I just want to say, when you get to that season, and you will, you're not going to break. Stay in God's presence. Stay in God's face. God is faithful. It won't always make sense, but trust God. And when he does begin to restore, he's not just going to give you back what you lost. He's going to multiply it. He's going to increase it. He's going to reward you in such a way you won't even think about the things that you had to lose. And I know maybe if you're in that season now, it kind of sounds like, but Synovia, you don't understand what I had to lose. You don't understand what I had to give up. You don't understand what I had to sacrifice. Trust me. I know everyone's journey is different. Everyone's season is different, but I know all too well about giving things up, or God taking things from you, or God saying no, or God just allowing things that you just don't understand why he's allowing you to go through what he's allowing you to go through. I can speak from experience. God is going to restore. And when he does restore, it's going to happen suddenly. It's almost like you're going to wake up and everything just be different. And then you know that not only are those promises already unfolding, there's more. You've stepped into Canaan. You stepped into your promised land. I want to encourage you to keep going. I know it hurts. I know it doesn't make sense. Just keep going, because God's promises are yes and amen. God is not a man that he shall lie. He will restore all. But just understand, he's not just going to come back and give you what you lost. God is going to reward you for your faithfulness, for you proving yourself to be trustworthy, for you serving him, for you doing things on his behalf, even when you didn't want to do it, even when it didn't make sense. The enemy is a liar. Y'all, please don't give in to the times that the enemy tells you it's never going to happen, because I feel like I had those talks, not even talks. I feel like the enemy was torturing and tormenting me with that all the time. It's not going to happen. Look at what you're doing. Look at how faithful you are, and nothing is changing. Look at how much you're giving of yourself. Look at how much you're sacrificing. Look at how you're obeying and being obedient, and nothing is changing. And if I had to be honest, it looked true. But I know that the God I serve is a man that he shall not lie. I know that God's promises are yes and amen. I know that if God spoke it, it has to come to pass. I know that God is not going to let you go through anything that he hadn't already made a way for. And I had to keep reminding myself of that. So if that's you, keep going. Stay encouraged. I don't care how long your journey is. If you guys have listened to previous episodes, I've told you this has been almost 3 years for me. A total of 3 years for everything that I've gone through. And I'm not saying it's been 3 years of all, punishment or suffering or however you want to call it, but it has been a hard 3 years, and probably the last 2 years have been the darkest. It's a journey, it's a process, but it will pass. Trust God, lean on God, and just know when he comes back and finally breathes on it, all it takes is one breath from God, and everything will change within a blink of an eye. It'll change and happen so fast, it'll make your head spin. But even when it does, just know there's more coming. God promised it, so he's going to fulfill it. Y'all be blessed. Stay prayed up. Keep going. Now is not the time to quit. Keep going. Maybe your journey just started. Maybe you're at your halfway point. Maybe you're getting ready to come out. Wherever you are in your journey, trust God and keep going. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to share this, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. Bye.